Hey guys. Yeah, so this is Michelle here at Life Mantra Tarot, and we're gonna just do a live collective reading. I hope that everything has been well with you guys. No one's officially here yet, but when you guys start coming in, I hope that you guys like, share, and subscribe. Leave some comments below during the live chat. That would be pretty cool. All that good stuff. Um, yeah, so someone is here. I have a feeling I know who it is, but let's see. Of course, it's my girl. Hi, baby. The Lightless Den is in the building. She is one of my, at this point, like I can't even say close friend. She's like a best friend now. She's fucking amazing, and she's also a reader and all the things. Like she's so gifted. So yeah, check her out on Facebook at, under Caster River. She's great. She does a lot of really informative live readings on there. I'm gonna have her build up her 1, 2, 3 when I was about to say it. Um, I'm about to have her start building up her YouTube channel because I think that she would do really well up here. And of course, you are much welcome. Let me see something here. Uh, there we go. Because it was doing that weird thing where they start to disappear. I don't like that. But yeah. So, gonna try to wait to see if anybody. Actually, it's not about me. It's about you guys. Just saying. It's a collective reading, and you're a part of the collective. So yes, gonna try to see if anybody else trickles in, and if not, no worries. You know, people will probably come in a little bit later or just watch later at their convenience when they happen to stumble upon this. Um, so without further ado, tonight we're gonna get some cosmic messages. Yes, us. Um, I always get nervous because I don't go live often. So when I do go live, I get nervous. So now I need a little sippy sip of my wine. Got a nice little Pinot Noir over here. Gotta love it. All right, so let's see. Where should we start? So the whole point of this reading is basically just kind of getting like some feedback from like what our soul right now on this, like on a soul level, what are we being called to do at this time? Um, down from like, gifts that they really want us to kind of channel or things that they want us to release, so on and so forth. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with this reading tonight. Um, but I always like to open up with some messages um, to kind of set the tone of where we're going with the reading. So let's get started with that. I bought out like 50 million freaking decks because I didn't want to have to get up to go get any. um, Higher power, ancestors, celestial beings, so on and so forth. Be with us during this reading, keep us protected, and only show us the messages that we are meant to see at this time for our highest good. All right, what we got in the middle? Spirit guides, as I just said, spirit guides, looking for signs, philosophical discussion, supervision. So our spirit guides are definitely helping guide us at this time, for sure. So that's funny that as I say spirit guides, because I actually did a different mantra than I normally do. I don't know where that came from. Um, but then that showed up, so that was kind of funny. All right, so let's get a few messages from here, and then we'll start with pull out the tarot. I'm going to use a different deck than I typically use. In fact, I've only used that deck on myself. I like them, but they're very slippery, so I don't know if I'm going to do the whole reading with them. If they fall one time, I'm done. I'm not gonna use them the rest of the time because they're very annoying in that regard. But you know, my hands are kind of ashy, so maybe that'll actually help. A little bit of sandpaper. Yes, yes. All right, so we've got soul family. Well, what do you know? My girl from my soul family is here right now as we speak. I love it. Happy reunion, support, order from chaos. I like it. I like it. What else? What else do we got? We've got universal Merkaba, a sacred purpose. Ooh, I like that. A sacred purpose. You have the answer. Lucid dreaming. So a lot of you guys right now who end up watching this might be having a lot of really intense dreams, what they call lucid dreaming, where to the point where you're able to like control the dreams and you remember them and they're very, very vivid. So you're having those dreams because your higher self, your higher power, so on and so forth, ancestors, they are trying to send messages through your dreams in the form of they're trying to send answers to you in the form of your dreams right now, when it comes to your purpose. And that, again, that's the whole point of this reading. So that makes a lot of sense to me so far. So definitely pay attention to your dreams at this time. I know I've been having some really interesting ones lately. Spirit guides came out again. I already read that one. That's crazy, but just in case you guys don't believe me. But yes, it did come out again. Yeah. So between like having your soul family really in tune with you right now, your spirit guides are really in tune with you right now. You're getting all these downloads in your sleep. So really pay attention to them. You might even want to start journaling when it comes to your dreams. And we have, excuse me, scales of karma, cycle of disharmony, creating new traditions, unfortunate events. So some of us are 737 when I looked up. Some of us are in the process of balancing the scales. Karmic lessons are being learned, and karma is being restored after a period of, things being really rough in our lives and not necessarily knowing where the hell we're going with all of it. So you're in this process right now of kind of being the one to, change the narrative, right, in your bloodline, being able to, any lessons or, karmic debt that was passed down to you on an ancestral level, you're the one who's here to kind of, set things right, so to speak. Let's get one more, like an overarching theme, and then we're gonna start looking into the tarot. There's the most accurate message. All right. Light activation. Evolution of spirit, actioning plans, transcendence. So we're in the process. I say we because I'm going to claim this reading based on the stuff I'm seeing so far, and I'm part of the collective. So, yeah, we are in activation mode, right? We're getting in balance. If you look at this guy here in the picture, his chakras are balanced. 707. When I said that, it's like this is a period of evolving. This is a period of evolution. This is a period of transcendence, and we're just growing and expanding in our lives. This is a really nice message so far. Bottom of the deck, we have Light Seeker, Light Quest, Visionary, Mental Strength, Resilience. Yeah. A lot of light energy here. We're really starting to live in our lighter selves right now. which is a good thing because I feel like after a period of so much darkness, a lot of us have been experiencing, especially when it says on this other card here, cycle of disharmony. So we were in a dark, dark fucking place, a lot of us. We're finally kind of coming out of that. Top of the deck, we have, I'm going to definitely say this wrong, Lord Melchizedek, something like that, Melchizedek. I don't know. I don't want to butcher the name too much, so bear with me. But it says indecision, ego-based actions, lifestyle change. So, maybe some of us were acting in our ego for a bit, and now we're learning how to get out of these ego-based actions, because sometimes those ego-based actions keep us in a place of stagnation, making it very hard to act in the ways that we're meant to act right now. Because right now, again, we are in this period of transcendence. We're moving on from the darkness and we're moving into the light. And right now, we're being called to do that. Middle of the deck, we have Temple of Mary, emotional expression, playful innocence, exploitation. This card always gets me because, take it as it resonates, this could be a very particular message, but I do feel like somebody who ends up watching this might have had their innocence taken from them at a young age in some kind of way. Like if you look at the picture, like she's like holding herself and like she's like trying to like shield herself. She's shielding herself, and it's like she looks like kind of emotionally aloof. I'm getting like it's time to kind of express. I just heard Express Yourself, that song. Hi, I see somebody who I've never seen before. Hi. Thanks for checking in. I hope so far you're resonating with the reading. We're about to start looking into the tarot of, this overall energy that we've been seeing. But yeah, I feel like, for this especially to be in the middle of the deck, so that's like some hidden energy. That's something that's like a little bit deeper than, the surface level stuff. Like I feel like there are some people who are going to end up watching this who have been exploited in some kind of way. And I am getting, for a lot of people who resonate with that part of the message, it might have been something that stemmed from childhood. Take it as it resonates. I'm not pushing that onto anybody. It's just something that I'm picking up on, especially as I really look at this picture. I just started feeling like a sense of like pressure on my chest, like, and wanting to cry. I'm not going to do it on camera, but like that's the emotion that I'm feeling here. And I mean, it does say emotional expression. So like some people might have had a hard time expressing that part of their emotions because they've been feeling, I'm not using this deck because that deck is just too slippery and I don't want to drop them. But yeah, it sucks because I really like that deck. They're so pretty. Like, they're holographic, so they look really nice, but they're just so slippery, and I know I'm gonna drop them on the floor. So I'm just like, screw it. They look nice on camera because of the way the light hits it. So I'm gonna just, chuck it up and I'm gonna use them. And if they fall, then I'll just move to a different deck. But all right, sippy sip of the wine, the vino. Okay, so let's get started. So we're gonna look deeper into this energy, and we're just gonna really get some cosmic messages that, are from a soul level to help us on this part of our journey so that we know where we are, where we need to go, where we're going. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. I'm very thankful. And mingle with my girl Delilah's Den. That's like one of my best friends. She's freaking awesome. Subscribe to her or find her on Facebook under Pastor River. She's a great reader herself. Yeah, she's really, really good. So, and she's just an amazing person overall. So, all right, guys. So let's start. I'm not going to take those yet because I didn't ask any questions. All right, Spirit. So where is the collective energy at this time? Where is the collective energy at this time when it comes to this part of their soul journey? Where are they at this time? So we have the Six of Swords that popped up. So you guys are in a transitional period right now. Moving from those rough waters that we talked about earlier, right? That the way that it was worded, cycle of disharmony, right? We're moving from that stage and phase of life to something a little more smooth. You know, this might also be a time where you're really trying to further understand with the Hierophant here in the bottom of the deck. Maybe really trying to understand your value systems, you know, your traditions. And actually, ironically enough, on that same card that I just was referring to with the cycle of disharmony, it says creating new traditions. Wow, that's crazy. So there's a synchronicity there, right? Yeah, like looking at things from a new perspective. For some of us, it could even be something like, you know, this is a very particular message, so take it as it resonates. For some people who come across this, you know, we might be at this point where like we are questioning things that we thought we knew, whether it's from, you know, our family traditions or religions that we thought that, you know, were something that we wanted to subscribe to, things like that. And we're realizing when I start burping and hiccuping and sneezing, those are usually times where I feel like I'm onto something. Yeah, we're questioning those things and we're saying, okay, well, are those the things that I want to subscribe to? You know, balancing those things out, Temperance on the top of the deck, you know, finding that harmony. So we got a lot of stuff about like harmony and stuff here too. Very interesting. Yeah, finding that strength. So I mean, we got a lot. Actually, almost all the cards that I've seen so far are major arcanas. So I mean, yeah, this is where we are right now. So what are we being called to do at this time on a soul level? What are we being called to do at this time on a soul level? Again, I'm saying we because usually, like, you know, I try to leave myself out of the collective energy, but I can tell that I resonate with this too. And I'm in this period of ascension and, you know, working on myself and, you know, balancing the scales in my life. So I feel like this is my reading too. Okay, so this is more confirmation. Balancing those scales. The justice is here for balancing out the scales. And, you know, you're being called on a soul level to do this. I feel like for some of us, this is like, again, take it as it resonates. I think for some of us, this is like family karma that got passed down, that we're closing out cycles and things like that and working on these things so that we can, you know, I just heard set it straight. I want to like set the story straight, set the narrative straight. Interesting. Excuse me. Five of swords on the bottom of the deck, walking away from things that no longer serve us. You know, surrendering, accepting defeat. But what's on the other side of all of that is the Nine of Pentacles. Things are going to look up. But, you know, a lot of us, we have to get out of our heads. Eight of swords in the middle of the deck. So the thing is, it's like by, you know, releasing the things that no longer serve us, including things that are up here, things that are affecting our mental, you know, we're able to welcome in the things that it is that we do. Ooh, wow. What was on the bottom, underneath the Nine of Pentacles? The Star. I didn't even intentionally look at that. I was just trying to remember what card was on the top of the deck. Yeah. We're moving in that new direction in our lives. Yes. I hear my brother playing a video game in his room. And he just said, yes. Probably playing like football or something. Or basketball. But yeah, so tell us more. What's rising right now within ourselves? What's rising right now within ourselves? Okay. Wow. We have the 5 of Cups here on the, but it's in the reverse. And it's giving me like, you know, for those of us who've experienced like these karmic lessons and things where, you know, it was again, that cycle of disharmony. We were going through things that were not so pretty. It wasn't so great. It was painful. You know, we're learning how to release those things. And again, coming into ourselves with this 9 of Pentacles here, like we're in the process of, you know, releasing all that stuff so that we could make things better in our lives. We're not holding on to all those grudges and regrets and resentments and all that stuff. We're in the process of manifesting with the Magician at the top of the deck here. So we're manifesting, we're, you know, transmuting that negative energy, moving into new phases of our lives. You know, probably for a lot of us after experiencing hermit mode here in the middle of the deck. You know, that time that we had to take, you know, isolating ourselves from everything and everyone else so that we could focus on how do we rebuild? How do we restructure ourselves and our lives so that we can, you know, be on this road of transcendence, right? As we ascend and become this person who's activated by the light, someone who's balanced, somebody who's, you know, finding all of that sense of peace in their life and harmony, you know, and taking those actions in terms of, you know, evolving on a spiritual level. Tell us some more. What's falling away from us at this time? What's falling away? What are we releasing? We're releasing, as the Magician is here, what we're releasing is the delusions and the mind games that we've played on ourselves that made us think that we can't do these things. The things that kept us up at night. You know, we're releasing the anxiety. We're releasing the sleepless nights of feeling like we can't, sorry friends, feeling like we can't do anything on our own, feeling like we're so stuck and alone. Wow, bars by accident. Oh shit. No, let me stop. No, seriously, like we're releasing that. That's what's falling away. The stresses and anxieties of feeling like, you know, we're never gonna get out of these old cycles, the world in reverse. That's what we're letting go of. The cycles that were, you know, not closed out for so long that we've been trying to get out of. That's what we're letting go of. That's what we're letting go of. Yeah, leaving it all behind. 3 of Wands, leaving it all behind, you know, looking at things with a new set of eyes, you know, being able to look back and say, wow, you know, I have this foresight now. So when I look in hindsight and I see everything is 2020, I'm like, oh shit. I have what it takes to manifest what it is that I want. I just have to get out of my own head and stop being my own worst enemy. Stop judging myself, judgment in reverse. Stop judging myself. Releasing the things that are keeping me from manifesting the things that it is that I want at this time. Tell us more. What are some of the soul gifts that we're being called to really channel and use at this time on this part of our journey? Soul gifts, soul gifts. I feel like one of our gifts on a soul level is our ability to co-create with other people, finding people who are part of our soul tribe, which is funny because the soul family came up. So like, you know, being able to, you know, come in union with the right people in our lives, be a team, understanding how to use our strengths to complement the strengths of others and vice versa, being able to work together in a collaborative effort to work on something on a bigger grand scheme of things, not just being all about ourselves, being able to say, okay, yeah, I've worked on, you know, or I have been like in that hermit mode. I've been the recluse. I've been the person who's always had to put myself like survival mode, right? Like I've had to survive. You know, a lot of us have had to say that. You know, I've had to survive, so I have to do everything for myself and myself only. But there's nothing wrong with being able to be a collaborative team member and work together and problem solve or help others, so on and so forth. You know, helping others find peace and balance in their lives, helping people heal. The Empress is here in the top of the deck, growing and expanding, giving birth to something new. Some of us might be in the process of working on collaborative efforts with others to grow a business. Take that as it resonates. That was a message I just kind of got. You have the Ten of Cups in the middle of the deck. Another gift that some of us might have is just the gift of being a very nurturing, loving person, especially with that Empress card that showed up. I mean, being able to restore someone to their sense of peace and balance in their life. Ooh, Ace of Cups. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of picking up on so far. Let's clarify that actually, because everybody's, you know, situation and story is different, right? Clarify the Three of Pentacles. Empress showed up on the bottom of the deck again. Yeah, I feel like it's about partnerships. Because, hold on. Verify the Nine of Swords. Okay. I got it. So for some of you, take it as it resonates again. Again, about that collaborative effort, that sense of teamwork and all that stuff, right? Some people are in this energy, right? All in their head, you know, losing sleep over things, such and such. One of the gifts that I'm seeing is you're able to help people. King of Cups is here. That's somebody who's emotionally intelligent. Being able to know that balance between being overly emotional and just enough emotion. Because you need all of it, right? You need passion, you need emotion, you need logic. You can't, you can't really do it without all of those components. If you're missing any of those things, then things are gonna kind of be a little wonky. Yeah, so your emotions are important. Your logic is important. Being grounded and stable is important. Or just being able to be practical, right, is important. So on and so forth. And having, like I said, that passion, that I was about to say passion and drive together. Passion and drive, to kind of be the thing that's going to kind of propel you to do it. You need all of that. So I feel like a lot of you are able to kind of provide that sense of balance, because we did see the temperance there too. So it's like you have a little bit of all those things that come in together when it comes to team efforts, which is really nice if you really think about it. Tell us a little bit more. Sorry. What are we manifesting at this time? Or what is being manifested? We might not even be the ones actually doing it. It could be just the higher power kind of making shit happen. We don't even know. King of Pentacles came out. And it still landed in the upright. Yes. Got a little nervous about that. Yeah. Manifesting, you know, that sense of stability, right? So now we got the King of Cups here. We got the King of Pentacles. So remember I was talking about, you know, being able to be practical. Enough emotion in there just to make sure that, you know, it's something that you actually give a fuck about, but also being logical. What are you guys saying? Because I don't know why this thing does that. It's so fucking annoying that it doesn't just keep all this stuff there. Yeah, there we go. Exactly. Manifesting what our hearts desire. Exactly. And something that, you know, is also practical at the same time, you know, material wealth. You know, I also feel like a lot of us, you know, for those who, you know, are women, I feel like we're kind of coming into our or identify as a woman, you know. I don't want to get too wishy-washy with gender roles and identity in that way. But point I was gonna make is I feel like a lot of us are kind of in our masculine energy too. Like we're kind of on that go get 'em kind of energy where we're going forward like with action. We're not just sitting back and, you know, just letting things happen. Like we're like, oh no, I'm gonna take life by the horns and I'm gonna make this shit happen myself. That's how we manifest. You know what to leave up to the universe, but you also know when it's time for you to step in and say, okay, nope, I got to be the one to take on that part of this role, and I'm gonna do what I need to do to make sure that it happens. You know, again, balance, right? All right. Tell us more. What are like some of the next steps that we need to take at this time? Next steps to take at this time. Releasing shit that doesn't work anymore. If it isn't for you, let that shit go. Anything that was holding us back, holding us down, release it. Yep. Make decisions. Be intentional about the decisions that you make with this Two of Swords here. You know, taking the wool from over our eyes and seeing things for what it is. If it's been holding us back and holding us down, it has to go. Anything unaligned must go, including, but not limited to some of our traditions and belief systems that, again, no longer serve us, that we need to release in order to move on into these next phases of our lives, and, you know, really be in alignment with what our souls are calling us to do at this time. Again, understanding, Queen of Cups, that importance of nurturing, right? And I say nurturing in the capacity, in this case, I feel like nurturing ourselves, not putting ourselves in positions anymore where we, you know, looked at ourselves in a way where, oh, you know, woe is me, I'm just so this and I'm so that, like all these negative things that we say to ourselves. We gotta leave all that shit behind, because that's one of the things that's holding us back, is our own emotions. I'm saying this from experience. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so easy to get caught up in our emotions. We think about that shit all the fucking time. We help everybody else, we nurture everybody else. Well, what about us? What about us? We have to nurture ourselves the same way that we nurture everybody else. And without doing so, we are going to allow ourselves to, you know, activate that light within, to be in this type of energy. You know, if we're cold and, you know, we talk down to ourselves. And I mean, I had to check myself today. I was saying something that was not nice. I called myself stupid about something. And I wasn't just like, oh, that was a stupid thing to do or say. Like, no, I was like actually beating myself up. Like, I had to say, girl, stop. What would you tell a client? Right? You know, and, you know, I have my moments too where, you know, that's why I said I definitely feel in this reading, I'm a part of the collective energy. You know, these are things that we have to kind of work on in order to move into the next, you know, phases of our lives. You know, get those emotions in check. Definitely picking up on that a lot in this reading for some reason. It's not even a lot of cups here, but like there's something with emotion here that I'm picking up on for some reason. I did see some green around here too, so it could be that, but yeah, get those emotions right. Exactly. And that's why I have to work on that, because I know that I have that tendency, you know, call myself stupid and things like that, and I gotta work on that. All right, so before I ramble on too much, tell us more. What are maybe some past life things that are influencing us at this time? How does our past life experiences influence our current circumstances? Anybody who hasn't done so already, please like, share, subscribe, leave comments in the comment section. Talk amongst yourself, since it is a live reading. That would be pretty cool to, you know, communicate with your amongst yourselves and things like that. I did not see what that comment was. Aw, thank you. As are you. What else do we need to know? Oh. I feel like for a lot of us, when it comes to that past life energy, there was like some type of ultimate betrayal. We have the Ten of Swords here on the bottom of the deck, though. That's not the card that originally came out. It was Three of Wands, which is about, you know, planning, foresight, moving away from things, leaving things behind, you know, waiting for the ships to sail in. Getting a message here. This might not resonate with everyone, but I just want to see something first. For somebody who ends up watching this, all right, before I even say that, I'm going to just take this card out for a second. Clarify the Ten of Swords. Because I don't want to say it and be completely off course here. For somebody, I feel somebody in the collective energy. Again, take this as it resonates. If any of you ever had like a past life reading done for yourself and you're aware of this already, I would love to know, like, in the comment section. But I feel like somebody might have been killed in a past life for being a high priestess, a witch doctor, somebody who was like into voodoo or hoodoo, for being considered as a heteric. Maybe that's why we saw the Hierophant so many times. Wow, I just got like chills. It got really cold. Like I'm seeing like somebody who's like either hangs or drowns. That's pretty crazy. that is, wow. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. Like, that just fucked me up. Yeah. So, and I guess maybe that's why in this current lifetime, a lot of us are trying to focus on leaving behind like old, God, I'm really cold. Yeah, that's crazy. And I have a fear of water too, which is crazy too. Not like I don't bathe, guys. I'm just saying, like, I do bathe every day, twice a day. But what I'm saying is, like, large bodies of water, anything that goes past my flotation devices, aka my boobs, yeah, guess what? You won't catch Michelle over there. No, thank you. But yeah, something feels amiss here, and like, I think like in this lifetime, the focus is to be able to really stick to your guns when it comes to your to your belief system, and not let anything or anyone deter you from that. Because people are going to try to tell you, oh, what you do is wrong, you know, with your not conventional, you know, when it comes to your belief system and things like that. But I'm seeing here that, you know, yes, something happened, might have happened to you because of that, where either you were silenced in some kind of way, or you might have actually been killed in a past lifetime. There might have even been like a gossiping ass, fake ass friend involved, you know, swords in reverse. Like, yeah. Whew, really cold. Okay. I want to move away from that energy. I don't like that part. What does the collective need to know at this time? On a soul level, what do they need to know at this time? I hope you guys are enjoying this reading. I hope that it's resonating, or you find it helpful. I know not every single message is going to always resonate for every single person, but I hope like the overall consensus of it is resonating and it's helpful. And I hope that you guys are ready to bring in this next new year, release all that, any old baggage that needed to go. Okay, as I say, release baggage that needs to go. The moon in reverse. So this is a time of letting go of, first off, this is a time to shed light upon the things that we need to know. In this case, I think a lot of it has to do with fear. Yes, because now we have the Fool. Ironically enough, when I initially shuffled the deck earlier, this was a card that was still on the bottom of the deck. I didn't touch it. So when I initially started, this technically was on the bottom of the deck, and now it's here again. So yeah, it's like, you know, taking that leap of faith. We gotta release the fears, you know, and shine light upon things that are causing the fears, right? Because there's something that's not fully closed out yet. The world is in reverse. There are things that are not fully closed out. Some of those things could be our fears and delusions, or just something that hasn't been brought to the light yet. In order for brought to the light, as we talk about all this light activation that we're doing right now, that we're in the process of, right? Yeah. And it stems from, for a lot of us, I said this earlier, a lot of this is stemming from childhood. Six of Cups in the middle of the deck. So yeah, this is not as light energy as I would have liked it to be, but these are things that we need to see, right? We have to release this stuff. Some of these fears and things that are just kind of lingering around that we haven't completely gotten over yet, does stem that far back for some of us. Or if it's not from childhood necessarily, it could just be from, you know, past lifetimes too, right? Because we are closing out all these different types of cycles. I want to see what that was about. What was that message? See, look at that. I did a reading on myself when I was like really first learning how to read, and I saw that I was like a witch doctor or something like that, and I was killed for it. And I was like, I'm still kind of relatively new at this. Yeah, exactly. I'm still well, at the time I was still like kind of new, so I was like, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about or what I'm doing. But then I, a while back I had a reading done from somebody, um, and they like that's one of their specialties is past life readings, and yeah, see. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's wild. I was just like, I don't think I know what I'm talking about. Like I convinced myself I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. I was like, that can't be right. That's not really what happened. But like now I'm like, okay, well maybe, maybe, and I'm learning more about myself now that I didn't know before. Will do. If I can find her contact information, I'll let you know. Cause yeah, she was really good. She's in a group that like I don't know if I'm in that group anymore, so I have to see if I can find her. But she was pretty damn good. I feel like she hit on a lot of points that I was like, okay, yep. She helped me get some access to like my Akashic records and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I feel like she was the real deal. I really do. But yeah, let's look deeper. What are some hopes and or fears at this time that we're dealing with when it comes to this soul level stuff? What do we need to know when it comes to that? So I feel like the fear is that all of our hard work is not paying off. Eight of Pentacles here in the reverse on the bottom of that came out. I feel like it's like, you're doing all this stuff. You're doing the shadow work. You're doing all this. You're doing all that. You're releasing this. And you're trying to work on that. And it's like, but why don't you see the results? It feels like that sometimes. But on the bottom of the deck, we have the sun. So it's like, yes, you've put in a lot of hard work. Yes, it feels like sometimes it's a waste of time where like you don't see, the fruit of your labor really coming together. But I think they want us to know, like, the sun is here. I mean, it's the happiest card of the deck. Like, it's happening. But the problem is, it's not really a problem. But it's just the fact that we have to continue to work on getting more enlightened when it comes to the things that we need to do. Seeing things from a new perspective, right? And releasing the things that are holding us down, which we've already established. Yeah. And I think we also need to like really like trust our yeah, exactly. We need to trust our intuition more. High Priestess is here, and underneath that was the Strength card. So like this is a time to like really like see how resilient we are and how strong we are, and not, focus so much on the negative stuff that, might have held us back for a while before. Because like now, we're coming into our own. We're working on moving on. I'm just looking at the other cards here. We're finding balance within our lives. We're getting in tune with our emotions in a positive way. We're looking at our our value systems and adjusting them accordingly. Yeah, peace and balance. Like that's freaking weird as hell to have these cards back to back like that. But we got the Temperance and then the Death right underneath it. So it's like, in order to find that peace and balance and harmony, what do we have to do? There's an ego death. There's major endings that have to happen in order to welcome in the new stuff that's coming through. And that's a part of this karmic cycle that has to close out and end. So that's what I'm seeing there. And one last card from the tarot. So what's the likely outcome here? What's the likely outcome here? I just like to look at all the other cards too. Oh, well, the likely outcome We're gonna learn how to let go of the things that we've been holding on to a little bit too hard and too long. Four of Pentacles here. Yeah. Because guess what's on the bottom of the deck? Ace of Cups. By releasing, like, it's like the law of attraction, right? You know, you release the things that you need to release. You understand what you're worth. You understand that you are deserving of these different things that you're asking the universe for. And that's how you welcome it in. You're not going to get it by saying negative things, Michelle. You're not going to get it by doing that. You're not going to get it by saying you're stupid or you're not attractive or whatever. Like, no, you got to say nice things to yourself. You have to know and recognize your worth. And in doing so, that's when you welcome in all of those positive things. In this case, it could be love for some of us. And if it's not love, it could be just self-love, right? Self-appreciation, harmony within yourself, and just happy beginnings in different phases of your life. Going through this big judgment moment in your life right now where it's like, okay, well, I'm really cold. Sorry. Where you're recognizing things for what it is. You're having like this awakening where it's like, okay, I know what I need to do. I know what I need to let go of. And in doing so, again, like I said, you're welcoming overall just happiness. If it's not like in a sense of romance, it's just in a sense of being happy within yourself, finding peace and harmony within yourself. Two of Cups in the middle of the deck. So again, for a lot of you who end up watching this, it is love. But for others, it's love within yourself. It's finding that sense of partnership and companionship within yourself, knowing that you're your own best friend, knowing that you can trust yourself, and knowing that, by finding that sense of balance and harmony within yourself, that's what you need in order to have intrinsic happiness. Because at the end of the day, happiness, it starts within first. You can't really find it in other people. Trust me, I've been there, done that. Doesn't work. So it's like you have to know how to be happy on your own. You have to know how to take care of yourself. You have to know how to, again, just be good on your own. That's where that hermit mode comes in, right? Like that sense of spiritual awakening where you're able to, understand that, being isolated for a little bit, not forever, just for a bit, until you know where you are, and focus on the things that you need to focus on in order to make yourself into this new upgraded version of yourself, that light activation, right? This is like the key card of this whole reading. Balance. Look at this guy. He is in his zen. He is in his space, man. I want to be like this guy. So it's like, this is where we're trying to head, and we're going to get there, but we just have a few things that we have to do in the process. So I think that was pretty cool. I'm not done yet. I'm going to just pick a few more cards, and then we'll close out the reading. I'm not going to go too crazy. Actually, let me just see. So let's get some cards from this deck. So middle of the deck, when I split it, rejoice in celebrations, like the same thing as the Three of Cups. Focus on your, because we just see that card about the soul family. Like there's people coming into your, ironically, I have that card, and that's one of the cards that I wanted, or decks I wanted to pull from Allie. How funny is that? Yep, I'll pull from that deck too. All right, so, excuse me. So, let's see. What else do we need to know at this time? Messages from our soul. Soul messages. All right. So we have obstacles and challenges. So it's like the same thing as like in this deck, the Five of Wands. Yes, Five of Wands. We have, different sense of like chaos and conflict, all these different things that come into our lives that, kind of make things really rough. Also, when I think of the Five, I just think of change, If I see more than one, if I see one more 5 in this reading, and I know that that's definitely like what they're trying to kind of give to us here is like the importance of change. We have patience. Well, ironically enough, if you add the number here, 1 plus 4, it is 5. But that's also like the equivalent of the temperance card, right? Being patient with ourselves during all these tough times that we're going through. Let's get one more from this deck. And that sense of patience and understanding with ourselves is very important at this time. Yes. And we're taking charge of our lives right now. Authority. Same thing as the Emperor card. We're taking charge of authority in our lives right now in order to excel and accelerate. Accelerated motion. Yeah. It's the same thing as the 8 of Wands. So, you know, we're moving forward and we're moving forward quickly, you know. But the thing is, we still have to move on from things that no longer serve us. Which, ironically enough, the first card in the reading was the 6 of Swords. So they're letting us know we're in the process, but we're not in the clear just yet. So we still have some things to do. Why? Because there's some emotional losses. So we have another 5. I said that I know this is all about change because I felt that energy. 5 of Cups, and we saw that earlier in the reading too, but it was in the reverse. So there's still some losses and things and some emotional stuff that we're working on, and that's the truth. Triumphant success. Same thing as the Ace of Swords. That's the truth, right? But guess what? In another 5, my goodness, doesn't get more clear than this. Just saying. Wow. And that's the same thing as the Hierophant in this deck. So there you go. Like we're learning all these different lessons. And we are in the process of moving on in new directions in our life after, you know, a period of things being really rough. And, you know, they're asking us to continue to be patient because, you know, as we continue to accelerate in our lives, you know, there's still some things that are going to resurface and come back around, and we're going to be like, fuck, what the hell is happening? So, yeah. So I'm going to pull from the Gateway of Light Activation deck, which I love this deck. My girl gave it to me, and these are amazing and super helpful during these types of times in our lives. So we have, when I split the deck, Gaia Gateway Activation, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, earth intelligence. Now that was in the middle of the deck, just from splitting it. So it confirms what I just said about learning lessons, right? Wow, and these are lessons that are needed in order for us to activate this next, in order for us to activate this part of ourselves that is going to allow us to accelerate and move into the next phases of our life. And of our journeys. Let's get maybe 3 cards from this deck. Clearest, most accurate messages. Thank you. Excuse me. Venusian Galactic Council. Starbeam guides. Answer the call. Time to shine. Exactly. So we're starbeams. I could see that being the thing. And we're being called to do something, you know, and they're trying to shine. Remember, I saw the sun and I said something about we're shining light upon something that needs to be seen. And I just feel like it's saying like we're shining light upon the fact that there's a call that our soul is calling us to, you know, come forward towards. And for a lot of us, between like just the healing process in and of itself and just, I really feel like coming into connections with people who are worthwhile, who are going to allow us to not just help ourselves, but help others in the process. I really feel that. And I just said about the Akashic records before. Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe way earlier in the reading, we saw a card about being aligned with purpose. Wish I remember what card it was. because that was way earlier. Yep, there we go. Found it. So we had earlier a sacred purpose. You have the answer, lucid dreaming. So getting a lot of messages in our dream state, and understanding what our purpose is and living within it. Tell us more. Let's get one or two more. Exactly two. And they came out together. Third eye activation. Oh yeah, that third eye is open. Brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. So we're starting to see things clearer now. Our intuition is on fleek. It's a weird thing to say. Our intuition is on fleek. Like we got this in the fucking bag. We're getting all the messages that we need. It's just a matter of actually listening to them. I could do better with that myself. Stellar gateway activation, infinite potential manifestation vortex. We talked about manifestations earlier. So we're manifesting, right? We're in the process of, understanding that, our potential is limitless. I just heard infinite possibilities. Yeah. If you guys are into neo soul, there's a artist, and you'll hear me recommend her a lot because I listen to her a lot, and her songs always resonate with me. Amel Larue, and she has a song called Infinite Possibilities, and that song got me through a lot of things over a long period of time. That might be a song that you might want to check out, and an artist in general that you might want to check out. So bottom of the deck we have Seraphim's Gateway, voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. So this is a time to use our voices in whatever way, shape, or form or platform that we're meant to. Everybody's situation is different. So for some of you, I just got this message. Some of you might actually be singers and writers. This is a time, or poets. Use your artistic abilities to, bring support to others during their times of need, and helping others. For others, it could be your voice. You could use it in the form of what I'm doing right now as a tarot reader. You can be doing workshops, or you can, develop like a self-help book or something like that. Or you could be doing a podcast. I'm getting different. My ear just started ringing, so I'm on to something here. Yeah, like everybody, like I said, everybody's different when it comes to this, but pay attention to that. Use your voice in a very meaningful and productive way in order to help other people. I have a text message from you, but I can't read it, Allie. I'm sorry. We have Lemurian seed codes. Embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Reading this intuitively, I feel like some of us might have a hard time when it comes to embracing how unique we are. We might dumb ourselves down so that people won't judge us, or we feel like people are going to judge us for who we are, and we purposely, ironically enough, I did a reading on myself earlier. I might go grab that card just so I could show you what it said. But it basically was saying, like, you have, like, you're a visionary, right? And you have all these ideas and creative, like, things that you want to do and stuff, but you hold yourself back, or you dumb yourself down because you don't want to take up too much space. This is a time to take up space. Okay, this is a time to take up space and give yourself grace while you do it, because not everything is for everybody, right? As my girl Jill Scott said, everything ain't for everybody. That's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, it's about what makes you tick. What can you do with your energy that can be positive and productive to help others? Because in doing so, you're going to be able to help other people, right? Or at least live in your purpose, whatever that entails. And this is a time to, be understanding of the fact that you have different things that you're meant to do at this time, and actually utilize your power, whatever that is, your voice. Utilize it. Middle of the deck, we have angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent protection. So you are protected from anybody who's trying to send any negative energy your way. So don't worry about that. You know, if you ever worry about, like, again, the opinions and stuff of other people, this is a time to not focus on that. This is a time to really focus on, where you're going with your gifts and your messages that you're trying to put out there, your talents, um, so on and so forth. I just saw freedom of choice. Yeah. I'm gonna get like 1 or 2 cards from this deck, and then we'll get ready to close it out with maybe like a mantra and maybe some advice. From the deck, we have Path of Least Resistance. When all doors seem to be closed, it is because you have not tried to open the correct one just yet. Sometimes we try to take the easy way out in our life, and by doing so, sometimes we set ourselves up for failure, because then those doors end up closing in our faces anyway, and it's because those doors weren't ever meant for us anyway. We're trying to bend and mold and shape into something that we're not really meant to be in those moments, and then next thing you know, all those opportunities and things that we thought were opportunities end up just being something completely the opposite of what we expected, and it's because that's not where you were supposed to go in the first place. So let's get like maybe 2 cards from this one. I'm really cold. I'm never cold. In fact, I be thinking I'm having hot flashes. Like, I'm not menopausal yet, am I? I'm not that old. Look at that. It came out again. Wow. So they really want us to emphasize on that. They want us to know. What's this? Collaboration. This goes back to what I was saying earlier. Say yes to exciting new opportunities and partnerships that are on their way to you now. So really pay attention to like those chance encounters that we have, right? Where we meet people, you're like, damn, something about that person. I just vibe with that person. I don't know what it is, but something about them, I just vibe. Like, pay attention to that. There's a reason for it. Let's get one more from this deck. Yeah. We're definitely coming into union with our soul family. Okay? So just pay attention to that. Because it's not by accident, it's not a mere coincidence, the people that are coming into your life at this time. Share your gifts. Get ready to see movement when you choose to share your gifts. So remember, I was saying, like, some of us might be dumbing ourselves down purposely, not really putting ourselves out there because we're worried about everybody else's opinions and things like that. This is definitely a time to put yourself out there more. Bottom of the deck, and I saw this while I was shuffling. Soar. You're getting ready to fly above all of your obstacles, embrace life in the most magical way. Beautiful. Top of the deck, freedom. See, I'm telling you, this is a big one right now about expressing ourselves more. Express yourself. Freedom of soul expression. You may be holding back from expressing yourself out of fear of losing or upsetting someone around you. Express yourself. Express yourself. I'm also hearing Madonna now. Express yourself. All right. Another card about protection. Energy protection. Your belief that you are not safe may be inviting an energy that is throwing you off balance. So for some of us, it could be partially in our head, question mark? Yeah, because it says your belief. Sometimes we, wrap ourselves up in this cocoon, so to speak, to like protect ourselves from everything and everyone. And we become, a little overzealous about it. And guess what? Sometimes it's up here, not everybody's out to get us. Not all the time. Sometimes we're our own worst enemies. So always be mindful of that. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of advice, and then we'll get a mantra to close out the reading. I again hope that you guys have been enjoying this reading and it's resonating and or helpful for you. I just saw a support team as I've been shuffling. And I'm very thankful for those who stuck around and watched and who've been chit-chatting in the comment section. I can't wait to look over those comments because I didn't get to catch all of them, I'm sure. But yeah, I saw limiting beliefs as I was shuffling. Okay. Restlessness, the mind, and the number is 23, comes out to be 5. So another 5. We got to start changing our ways. Find a way to calm the waters of your mind. Calm the waters of your mind. Let's get 1 or 2 cards, maybe 3. Sorry. Old soul, you have lived many lifetimes and gained wisdom beyond your years. So we're, bringing a lot of our lessons from past lifetimes into this lifetime. And this is, that's that karmic energy that we were talking about, right? Releasing some of that stuff and, setting those scales right. Judgment. You are being asked to let go of all judgments and forgive those who judge you. Reading that intuitively, yes, everything it says on there, I agree with. But I also feel like it's also saying don't judge yourself so much. Remember I said, sometimes because we did see the judgment in the reverse earlier, like sometimes we're so just hard on ourselves. We judge ourselves so harshly and hold ourselves to a standard that's like impossible because we hold ourselves to the standard that, needs to be perfection and all this stuff. And you're absolutely welcome. We hold ourselves to a standard that's so almost impossible that we wouldn't hold anybody else to, but we hold ourselves to it. And it's like, how about have the same grace and compassion that we would have for others? Start talking to yourself the way that you would talk to other people who you see going through things and stuff like that. Because I'm one of the most compassionate, sweet people ever, but I beat myself up often. I've gotten better because I used to be really bad. And at least now I catch myself up. Before, oh my gosh, I was so bad with that. And I've grown. But, I'm still growing. As a lot of us are. Awakening, another 5. My goodness, guys. Another 5. I'm not making this shit up, I promise you. You are no longer letting people dictate and run your life for you. Exactly. Fuck that shit. Guys. Another 5 if you add it up. I kid you not. So we have obsession here. It's time to get out of your head and back into your heart. Remember, I was talking about balancing, your emotions and your logic, finding that middle ground, your passion, so on and so forth. You got to find that middle ground. But guess what the number is? 4 comes out to be 5. Come on now. What the hell is going on here? Middle of the deck, we have heavenly helpers. Your spiritual team is guiding you through this difficult situation. It's giving me that 6 of swords vibe that we got earlier. And top of the deck, we have celebration. Take time out to celebrate. Boop, boop. Some of us might have been too focused on work and all these other things that we're not having a good time. So I can preach into the choir here because Lord knows I could do better with that. My birthday is coming up, so I'm going to try to do something this weekend. I just don't know what I'm doing. But, yeah, so, this is a time to really focus on celebrating yourself, celebrating how awesome you are and all the things that you've done on this far in your journey. All the hard work you've, put into so many different things, being there for everybody else and so on and so forth, right? All right, so we're going to get a couple of mantras to close this reading out. And like I said, I really do hope that you guys have enjoyed this reading. I saw patience 3 times as I've been shuffling from this deck. That's crazy. We saw patience earlier. All right, so we have worry on the bottom of the deck. I am learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. So let's stop worrying. Stop thinking so much, overthinking. I'm only going to take that card. Acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. Wow. Likewise, girl, likewise. It's always an honor. And I have you to thank. You're a big part of it. What else? Let's get 2 more. Thank you. Ooh, friendship. I understand that a friend is... Sorry, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Remember I said that we're going to start meeting people who pay attention to this, because this is not just chance encounters. This is actually divinely orchestrated by our higher selves and the divine. You're meant to meet certain people. Keep those people around. Of course, use your discernment. Everybody is meant to be in your life, but like a lot of the people that you're about to start meeting at this time are meant to be around. Start building those connections. Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. Exactly. Bottom of the deck. Purpose. Look at that. So we got purpose here, what, 3 times? I know what I'm here to do. Nice. That's here on the bottom of the deck. Top of the deck we have happiness. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Remember, we saw that Ace of Cups, you know? We're just meant to be happy. Yes, and we were meant to be. Love you. And we have worry again in the middle of the deck. Yeah, I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome, so it's here again. So with all of that said, my loves, thank you for rocking with your girl for the past plus like an hour plus, almost like hour 20 minutes more like. I am so grateful for all of you for watching and sticking around and the support. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and hit that like button, all the the typical things we hear on these videos. But yes, I'm gonna try to do this like maybe twice a week to start and to see how it goes, and then go from there, because I have a really crazy schedule. And yeah, so I do like doing this because I do feel like it's resonating with the people who are meant to watch it. So I just hope to grow my audience and see what goes on from there. So again, I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. I love you all, and until next time, bye.